Welcome back to my channel, English Lesson with Teacher Suraya. So today we are going to learn on language awareness, which is grammar. Let's go. Before I jump into the next class, I would like to have a revision with everyone. Now, can you take a look in the slide? Alright. There are 6 words here, which is authorities, sanctuary, recover, off the coast, flog, and at a loss. Very simple vocabulary, right? What I want you to do is, I want everyone to write down this vocabulary in your English notebook and find the meaning of each and every words that are listed here. I will check the answer in the next class, okay? These are the objectives of today's lesson. So A is student will be able to write the correct form of verb, which is infinitive or gerund, in the sentences. B, students will be able to differentiate infinitive and gerund by completing the exercise given. Now, if you have your textbook with you, you can turn to page 99 and find this box under grammar section. Okay, so let us read together. To infinitive or infinitive without to. I have decided to get a new goldfish. Do you want to come to the pet shop with me? Remind me to go to the supermarket to buy some milk, will you? Edna doesn't know which hat to wear. We should all do something to save endangered species. It's too hot to go out for a walk right now. Will you help me to clean out the rabbit cage? ing form gerund. Working at a zoo can be a very tiring job. Will you stop talking with your mouth full? It's disgusting. How about grabbing a bite to eat later? My parents are thinking of buying a house by the seaside. Alright, what do you think infinitive means? Verb. Yes, infinitive is a verb, the base form of verb. What do you think gerund means? Yes, gerund is a verb with ing. So let us go to the next slide so that I can explain more. Number 1. To infinitive and infinitive without to. To infinitive. So this is the structure of how you want to form to infinitive. So the word to plus the base form of verb. Okay? To plus the base form of verb. Now, we use to infinitive firstly to express purpose. Okay? To express purpose. For example here, he called to wish me happy birthday. So, the person here called with a purpose, which is to wish me happy birthday. The word in bold here is to and infinitive. Right? Moving on to the second one. We use to infinitive after certain verbs. Afford, agree, appear, arrange, choose, decide, forget, hope, learn, manage, need, want, refuse, seem, etc. So there's more. For example here, Laura needs to buy a new car. So after certain verbs, we have to use to infinitive, which means to and the base form of the verb. Next, we use to infinitive after the objects of certain verbs. For example, here the verbs are advise, allow, encourage, expect, invite, order, persuade, remind, teach, and more. So the example here, it was Glenn who persuaded me to apply for this job. Okay? Next, we use to infinitive with to and enough. For example, the soup is too hot to eat. Okay? Number 5. After the structure it plus be plus adjective. So after this structure, the verb we have to use to with infinitive. For example, it's difficult to read his handwriting. So you can find the it here. The adjective is difficult and this is the to infinitive. Number 6, we use to infinitive after certain adjectives. Afraid, surprised, free, happy, ready, sorry. So after these adjectives, you must use to infinitive. For example, at last he was free to do what he wanted. So this is the adjective free and this is the to infinitive used in the sentence. Number 7, after verbs followed by a question word. So this question word, who, what, which, where, how. Except for why, we do not use to infinitive after why. Okay, let us look at the example. Have you decided where to go for your holidays? As you can see here, the question word where, after the question word where is the to infinitive. Alright. Infinitive without to. So the structure is just the base form of the verb without the word to. Alright. So we use infinitive without to after modal verbs. Can, could, will, would, should, may, might, must. So after these modal verbs, you can use infinitive without to. For example here, can you tell me what's wrong? So this is the modal verb and the infinitive tell. So it's just in the base form of the verb. Next, we may go to cinema tonight. Second, we use infinitive without to after the verbs let and make. Example, Faye always makes me laugh. So this is the verb makes and this is the infinitive laugh. Faye always makes me laugh. We cannot use Faye always makes me to laugh. Alright? My brother doesn't let me drive his car. My brother doesn't let me drive his car. So this is the verb let and this is the infinitive. Number 3, after would rather and had better. So we use infinitive without to after would rather and had better. Let's look at the example. I'd rather go to the cinema tonight. You'd better tell me the truth. So we cannot say you'd better to tell me the truth. It is wrong because this is grammar. Alright? Okay. Now we're going to move on to the ing form, which is gerund. Ing form gerund. So this is the structure of gerund. It's easy because it is only the base form of the verb plus ing. Okay, base form of the verb plus ing. Before that, do you know what is gerund? So actually, we use gerund, the ing form, as a noun. Alright, so gerund is considered as nouns. We use the ing form gerund firstly as subjects. For example, fishing can be very relaxing. Fishing can be very relaxing. So, fishing here is not the thing that you are currently doing. Okay? Number 2, we use the gerund after certain verbs like love, hate, enjoy, prefer, concede, continue, stop, finish, start, keep, avoid, begin, imagine, and more. For example, can just finish washing the car. Can just finish washing the car. Okay? Number 3, after certain expressions, don't mind, can't stand, be interested in, it's worth, how about, can't help, feel like, and more. For example, Louis is interested in taking up a language course. So taking up here is not actually the thing that Louis is doing. Okay, that is why it is called a gerund. Okay, next we use gerund after preposition for, of, about, without, and more. For example, Helen is thinking of buying a new car. That knife is for cutting meat, not cheese. So if you can see here, this is the preposition and this is the gerund. Okay, we cannot use Helen is thinking of to buy a new car because that is wrong. Same goes to the sentence. That knife is for cutting meat, not cheese. We do not say that knife is for to cut meat, not cheese. It is wrong. Okay, so buying and cutting here is actually noun. Number 5, we use gerund after the verb go to indicate activities. Okay, to indicate activities. For example, we go skiing every year. So what they do, they go. That is the verb. Skiing every year. This indicates the activity that they do. So skiing here is a noun. Am I being clear? Alright. So before I move on to the next slide, I want everyone to come out with 2 sentences each with infinitive without to infinitive, and gerund. Write your answer in the chat box in Google Meet right now. Later on, I will check. Thank you. For the class exercise, I have given the link to this live worksheet on the chat box. So you can go and click and answer the question there. I will give you 5 minutes to finish this and we will discuss the answer together here. So is everyone finished? Let us answer this question together. Write the correct form of infinitive or gerund in the space provided. Number 1. We have decided go to the night safari tomorrow. So the answer is we have decided to go to the night safari tomorrow. Because these are the certain verbs, decide. Number 2. Have the men finished feed the tigers yet? The answer is, have the man finished feeding the tigers yet? Okay. Number 3. Eat out is my ideal plan for a Saturday evening. So the answer is, eating out is my ideal plan for a Saturday evening. Number 4. I always go for a short hike, clear my head when I am stressed. So I always go for a short hike. Yes, to clear my head when I am stressed. Last but not least, they spend most of the morning sweeping the farm and cleaning the horse's stable. Alright, I hope everyone gets their answer correct. Now, this will be the homework that you have to do later on. We will discuss it in your next class. Okay? Complete the correct form of the verbs in bracket. You may refer to the note on page 99. Before I end today's class, can I have a volunteer to come up with their own example of sentences using to infinitive, infinitive without to, and gerund? Alright, the first one is, I like to eat nasi lemak. Yes, to eat. Second is, gardening is a fun activity to do in the evening. Yes, gardening is a gerund in the sentence. So lastly would be, I always help my mother clean the house. Alright, so actually for the verb clean, we can use the verb help with a to infinitive or an infinitive without to. So if there are sentences that is like, I always help my mother clean the house, you can also write, I always help my mother to clean the house. Okay? I think that is all for today's class. Thank you. Bye.